I was born and raised in Kansas City, Kansas, to a white Catholic mother from Olathe and a Shia Muslim father who immigrated from Iran in 1978. I was really born not just in Kansas, but more so in the shadow of the Iranian Revolution and in this chaotic world in which there was an ongoing conflict between Iran and Iraq. I think it's for that reason that I really struggled with these two separate and distinct identities and figuring out how I could bring them together and make them into one. I now know that this is the same concept as coined by W.E.B. Du Bois, known as dueling consciousness, in which I'm always feeling like I'm two separate people trapped in one body. It's the same struggle we still deal with today, and it's my hope that we can eventually overcome these challenges related to diversity and find a way to help people feel their authentic selves, no matter what identities they have within them. I converted to Islam at the age of 17 years old. People often ask me what was that experience like or what led me to the Islamic faith. Quite honestly, it wasn't some magical, dramatic experience that led me to Islam. It's not like I walked out of my house and the clouds parted and the light shone down upon me and I realized that this is what I needed to do with my life. Rather, I started to learn about Islam when I was invited to attend a teen class at the local mosque. And the religion isn't what resonated with me. Funny story is that the only thing I remember from my first visit to the Islamic Society of Edmond is a person who spoke to me and to the other teenagers there spoke about Tupac and Biggie. A lot of people laugh when I bring that up, but that's all I remember. And it wasn't like in a good context. Like he wasn't even encouraging people to listen to their music, but rather he was explaining that they're not the best examples for us to follow. But I was intrigued enough that I chose to go back and learn more. And as I learned more, I realized Islam provided not only the answers to the important questions in life, my purpose, why I'm here, and what happens after I die, but more so it provided me with a structure that I needed spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I honestly never intended to be a social justice or civil rights advocate. Even when I remember seeing the opening for executive director of CAIR Oklahoma, I dismissed it. I deleted the email from my inbox. But a close friend of mine, he invited me to have some brownies and Dr. Pepper, no joke. And he convinced me that this could very well be the right thing for me to do. And he saw a lot of potential in me as a community leader, not just for the Council on American Islamic Relations, but for the Muslim community in Oklahoma. So I applied, I got the position, and more than a decade in, I'm so grateful for the opportunity I've had to help change things in Oklahoma for the better. Doesn't mean that we still don't have our challenges, and my commitment is still as strong as it's ever been. But Oklahoma is a beautiful place, and I love the fact that I get to be a part of making changes that will positively impact not only my children, but future generations for many, many years to come. In addition to my nonprofit work, I was given the opportunity in January of 2020 to be an adjunct instructor of Islamic Studies at Oklahoma State University. I'll never forget that first semester. As exciting as the opportunity was, it was incredibly nerve-wracking, having this responsibility of teaching, educating younger people. But I made it through the semester and things started to get a little bit easier after that. And I've learned that not only do I have the opportunity to share a bit of education with students, but they also impart their perspective and their insight to me, and that helps me grow as a person. Being an educator at the university level has been a tremendous experience, and I hope this will remain a part of what I do for many, many years to come. One of the frequent questions I get these days is what's next for Adam Soltani? And while I typically shrug my shoulders and say I don't know, that's not quite the truth. My mentor, Imam Johari Abdul Malik, taught me that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so I'm always behind the scenes plotting and planning ideas for ways to grow as a person, to grow CAIR Oklahoma's work, and to better educate my students at the university level. So all I can say is stay tuned, and inshallah, God willing, there are some exciting things to come. But beyond that, I'm grateful that I've reached a point in my life where I feel very comfortable in my identity. And I've been given the opportunity to hopefully impart that same comfortableness and confidence on to my children in hopes that they won't have to go through the same struggles I did. The world is an interesting place, and we don't know what the future will hold for any of us. But I'm confident that the fact that I lived on this earth for whatever period of time gave me an opportunity to be a part of that change.